Good morning, everybody. Welcome to All Four Queens. I was sitting and I was just in reflection and contemplation, really, I think. So today's spiritual session, I wanted to talk around Matthew 7:1-6. So let me read it. Do not judge, or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. So we know at the moment there's obviously year of infinity. Everything that was done is going back. Now, in my situation, and I said in the previous one, I've been observing, I've been watching, and I've been, taking stock, and sometimes patience is a virtue, and that's one thing that on this journey, and you will find that patience is a virtue. Instant gratification is great. You get what you want, the devil will give it you, and obviously then you have to sort of keep giving back. I personally believe, in my opinion, and on my journey, God is all-knowing, but you still have to go through your lessons, and patience is a virtue, and I am grateful for my lessons. Some obviously were induced by others, but I'm still grateful for the lessons that I've learned, because I wouldn't be here today and I wouldn't be able to share my experience and hopefully help others get a different perspective on the way that we've been told or taught, programmed to live. So one of the things about judge and do not judge others, there's a difference between judging somebody because you want to influence and manipulate and deceive the view of someone to others, or there's a difference between having a sense of concern and therefore you're talking about somebody because you want to help them. So what I mean by that is when people throw out things like, oh, so-and-so's got mental health, how many people actually support that person, if that's the belief? Or is it just something they want people to believe because it suits their narrative? So I just want to throw that out there as well, because obviously when you're gifted, people do want to throw labels on you because obviously they don't want people to believe what you're saying. But we live in a world where it's freedom of speech. So, and we can all be who we want to be without being judged. But when you do judge somebody, just remember that you will be judged in the same way. So what do I mean by that? So if you think about gossips, remember, someone who gossips to you will gossip about you, and gossip separates friendships. That's in Proverb 16:28. Now I will add to that, it separates friendships, it separates businesses, it separates religion, and it separates families. So I said in the previous one that the universe is abundant, and light and dark should be able to operate side by side. Now, I don't understand what you believe, because your actions don't depict the God that I believe. Because for me, God is not a God of confusion, chaos and conflict. And he certainly isn't a God where you go out of your way to gossip about someone, create smear campaigns on someone, and then lie about someone and try and get everyone else into a narrative that suits your purpose. That's not my God. So I don't know your God, but what I would suggest is that, and I'm open to understanding your God and understanding what you've been taught and how you perceive your God. But what I will say is what I do, power of discernment and using my own intuition, I listen to what people say, but then I will go and do my own research, and I will go and make sure that I understand what's being said. And if somebody's saying something negative about somebody, I'm going to park that, and I'm going to go and see for myself whether that is true or not, because that's how I live my life. Even in business, when a salesman would come and tell me all the negatives about another company, first thing I'm going to do is part that and say, you don't need to be telling me about what other people aren't or are doing. I want to know about your business and what your business can do for me. I'm not interested in the gossipers and slandering others to make yourself look better, i.e. business. If you want a sale, then you should be able to sell what you've got, and it should be good enough that it stands on its own merit. So that was my point on that one. So if you wake up, and I've said in the previous one, if your thoughts are a constant, what can I say, a constant darkness of how you can destroy someone else, or your words are to destroy someone else, and your actions are to destroy somebody else, then I have to ask, one, what do you fear and what is it that you need to look at? And two, why? Why? There's a question there that you need to ask yourself, and rather than go around and get everybody else involved, I think it starts within. So that was one of the things I wanted to sort of say. Now, what I will say is some of this, and from spiritual warfare that I've been exposed to, it is driven by some of the 7 deadly sins: jealousy, greed, envy, gluttony, sloth, pride, and I'll add ego on that one. But I don't understand why we are being driven in this void of division when we were all oneness. And I'm open to understanding your world, but what I don't understand is why you're not open to accepting mine, but you want to go around and create a judgment on something you know nothing about, and somebody you know nothing about, and you haven't even taken the time to get to know them. You've just decided that this is your crusade. And for those that do know me and have been involved in it, take stock. Because obviously from your perspective, it was probably about greed. And so therefore, when I say you will be measured in the same way, you've now given me the right to question you. You've now given me the right to look at you in a different way, because you've opened that door. So my point there is discernment. We all have the gift of discernment, and we all have the gift of intuition. And that is what we should be using first and foremost. We want a world where people stand back from what's being said, take stock, and use your own discernment and your own intuition before you take on the opinion of someone else. Because the opinion of someone else may not be actually correct. It could be manipulative, it could be deceptive. And then you've got to ask yourself, why? Why is somebody so hell-bent on saying negative things about others? That's the point that I'm trying to make. And the other part is, instant gratification. You can get what you want. We've all lived our karmic life, and we've all had the nice material things, and we've all had the nice bags and this, that and the other. But I now stand back and go to myself, well, actually, what could I have done with that money? What benefit to others could I have done with that money? And I'm not saying about the fancy galas where you get your name all over the place because you're doing nice things. Sometimes doing nice things is actually, others don't know about it. And that means the intention is pure. Because I said in the previous one, everything is about intention. Is your intention pure, or is it not pure? And I think that's the point, isn't it? We all need to understand what our intention is before we set out and do things, which is why I say mindfulness, thoughts, words and actions. Take a stand back. We've all got that gift. And it's important, It's important, especially when you've got adults running around behaving like children. Now, I'm not judging you because maybe your development wasn't the greatest, but we all had a difficult upbringing. I certainly did. You know, when I look back at some of the things that was done to me, which I consider to be normal, wasn't normal. Not at all. You know, but I haven't gone out of my way to hurt other people because of it. I've gone out of my way to grow from it, support myself, lean into the things, go within, heal it, and move forward from it. Now, I know that sounds easy, and it's not easy, and that's why I'm here to help those that want to do that. But it is freedom, and it is living the life that we're all meant to live. You know, we're all meant to live in peace and harmony, not in chaos and destruction because other people think they're more important. We are all oneness. So I just want to be clear on that. So the other thing about the judge and do not judge. I said in the previous one, I've been observing, and all the photographs that people took of me and all the things that people did to make me out to look like a drunkard, and the fake YouTube channel that was created, that, you know, whatever was behind that, to create an illusion, because like I said, do not love the world because it's an illusion. So people have a lot of money and that can do a lot of things that can create a narrative. So what do I mean by that? So for me, people created a persona of me that wasn't me, and everyone believed it because no one took the time to actually come and say, I've heard this, is this true? So that was your lesson, power of discernment, to actually validate it, not to just fly with it. The other thing as well is, you know, be mindful. You know, I know we're all using social media, but be mindful, because some social media platforms and some people post things, and one thing that they post makes out that they've got this amazing life, but actually it's one photograph. It's one photograph, and behind the scenes it may not be as perfect as one is looking at. So, you know, again, use your own discernment. And the other thing, do not value yourself against what somebody else is or isn't. Love you first and foremost, because abundance isn't always about money. Abundance is about all the other things that you have within. Yes, I know we need money to pay our bills and things like that, but some of the happiest people in the world don't have money, and then some of them are happiest. So you got to ask yourself, what have you been sold? And there's always an opportunity to reflect and change. So, spiritual session, just a bit of a guidance, really. You know, take it as it is, up to you. But you know, it's just not everything that you see, you hear, is fact. So all I ask is that when these things happen, take stock yourself and don't always fly with the opinions of others. And that includes me, you know, but use your own intuition and your own discernment. The reason why I'm on this platform, and one of the reasons why I'm on this platform, and I said in the very, 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 very early one, I'm not here to tell you, I'm here to help you understand discernment and use your own intuition. So you'll see a lot of readers that will say, you feel like this. Question is do you? Have they are reading for thousands and thousands of people. So how can they tell what somebody is feeling? So my question there is, use discernment, because only you know your journey. Only you know what you've been through. They don't know. So be careful and be mindful of who you're watching and why you're watching it, and use your own discernment. And if the feeling of discomfort comes up, that's your body telling you something. Just saying. So I'm going to sign off. Have a great day. I'm about to go and do some stuff in a minute, but a bit windy here today, but have a great day. If I don't post one over the weekend, but I think I probably will, because there's another one I want to put out there. I'm probably going to do it just after this, actually. But have a great day. Keep up with your spiritual practices. And if there is anybody out there that wants to express what they've been taught, then please put it in the comments. I know that my comments and my likes are being monitored, but I'm happy to hear what you've got to say, and I'm happy to agree to disagree. But you know, that's the grown-up version, not go around slagging people off and creating a smear campaign full of lies to suit a narrative, because that really don't work, does it? Because that's not God's will. We're all here to operate. Kindness is free, remember, and we're all entitled to have a different viewpoint, but it's not what your viewpoint is, it's how you go about doing it. So take it easy, love you lots, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.